start on the 0 here.
Hey, Miss Gal.
10.
Hey,
Miss Oates.
What you doing?
That's 10 inches. I'm trying to figure out the length of this notebook. I need to know if it's going to fit into my drawer.
Oh.
So it's 10 inches, and so then I need to flip this over and see how many centimeters long is it. Starting at the 0, it's 25 centimeters.
Wait, it's more centimeters than inches? But I thought inches were bigger.
Well, because inches is a bigger unit than centimeters, it's going to take more centimeters to measure the length of it.
Oh.
So it's 10 inches long. I think the drawer that I have is about 12 inches. So I think it should fit, right?
I think so.
Because 10 is smaller than 12. But yeah, so I think I'm ready now. Do I have another video I have to do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's do this. Okay. Hey boys and girls, it's Miss Gallad here. Today we're going to talk about measuring length using 2 different units. So what happens when you measure length using 2 different units? Well, you are going to get a different number when you measure them in 2 different units. In a unit, what I'm talking about is inches, feet, centimeters, meters. Those are called our units that we use to measure things. So if you have, for instance, inches and centimeters, like on a ruler, which would be the bigger unit? Well, inches is a bigger unit than centimeters. So if you look here, I have a ruler. On one side I have inches. On the other side I have centimeters. There's only 12 inches on a ruler, but there's 30 centimeters. It's the same size, it's one ruler, but the units are different. Inches is a bigger unit than centimeters, so it takes less on the number when you measure things. So 1 inch would be from here to here. And you can see from here to here, that is 1 inch. Yet a centimeter is really small. It would be from here to here. And you can see on my fingers right here. So a bigger unit would be inches. Now let's look a little closer at that. The numbers are different because one unit is bigger than the other. So let's look at this picture here of our solar system. Which unit is bigger, inches or feet? Well, we have the same picture. We didn't change the picture. What we changed was the unit we used to measure. So in inches, this picture measures 24. But in feet, it measures 2. 2 is a smaller number than 24. But feet are bigger units than inches. So it's going to take less feet than inches when you are measuring it. Let's look here at this word problem. Miss Gallad is measuring the length of her bed in both centimeters and inches. Would it take more centimeters or more inches to measure the length? So here's my bed, and I have a ruler down here. You always start measuring on the 0 on the ruler. So if you look here, we would start measuring using our ruler. We would start measuring all the way here at the 0 on the inches. So if you were to start the measurement there from here all the way to the end of the bed, it's about 3.5 inches. How many centimeters is it? Well, let's look. We'll start at the 0 and it goes all the way to the 9. So it's 3.5 inches, but 9 centimeters. Which number is more, 3.5 or 9? Well, 9 is a bigger number because centimeters are smaller units than inches. So it would take more centimeters because centimeters is a smaller unit to measure. Looking at this leaf, we have a ruler with inches and we have one with centimeters. How many inches long is this ruler starting at the very front on the 0 all the way to the very end of the leaf? Good. It would measure 4 inches long. How many centimeters long is the leaf? From the 0 all the way to the end of the leaf, you can see that it measures 10 centimeters. So would it take fewer inches or fewer centimeters? Remember, fewer means less. So is the number 4 less than 10? Yes, it is. So because the number 4 is less, it would take fewer inches to measure the length of the leaf. Why would it take fewer inches? The length of the leaf didn't change. The unit changed. We measured in inches, then we measured in centimeters. Well, it took fewer inches because inches is a bigger unit than centimeters. Because inches are bigger than centimeters. Okay, let's do another one like it. I want you to take a moment to pause the video and I want you to work out this problem. I want you to tell me how many centimeters long is the pencil and how many inches long is the pencil and which would it take more of to measure the length of the picture? Would it be more centimeters or more inches? Great, guys. I hope you spent some time on pausing the video and figuring this out. Let's go over it. So the pencil would be how many centimeters long? Let's look at our ruler here. From the very top of the pencil, the very beginning of the pencil starts at 0 and it goes all the way to the 10. It stops at the 10. So this measures 10 centimeters long. Looking underneath it at the ruler that says inches, starting at the 0 at the front of the pencil, going all the way to the end of the pencil, it ends on the 4. So the pencil is 4 inches long. Would it take more centimeters or more inches to measure the length of the pencil? So which number is more? The 10 or the 4? Good. The 10 is a bigger number, so it would take more centimeters to measure the length of the pencil. So I'm going to write centimeters here. And why would it take more centimeters? Is centimeters a smaller unit or a bigger unit than inches? It's a smaller unit, right? Because you can see here, the centimeters are a lot smaller. The spaces between them are a lot smaller than inches, so it takes more to measure them. So we would finish this sentence by saying, it would take more centimeters to measure the length of the pencil because centimeters are smaller. And I'm going to write underneath it than inches. Okay? Now, let's go over this. We have a picture here. We want to know, would it take fewer meaning less, spoons or clips to measure the length of something? So I have a spoon and I have a clip. Which one is bigger? The spoon, yeah. The spoon is a lot bigger than the clip. So because the spoon is bigger, it wouldn't take that many spoons to measure the length of something. Because it's so much bigger, you would only need a few of them to measure something. For instance, if you were to measure how long a table was, it wouldn't take that many spoons. But if you had clips, you would have to have a lot of clips to measure the length of a table. So it would take fewer spoons. So I'm going to circle spoons. Would it take more glue sticks or more pennies to measure the length of something? So let's go back to our example. We're measuring the length of a table. Would it take more pennies or more glue sticks to measure the length of a table? You're right. It would take more pennies because pennies are smaller than glue sticks. The smaller the unit, the more you need to measure something. All right, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to use those same units of a spoon and a penny to practice doing this word problem on measurement. Ms. Gould measures a picture using spoons and pennies as her units. The length of the picture is 4 units of one item and 16 units of the other. Which item would she use to get a length of 4 units? So one of these, when I measured my picture, I only used 4 units. The other one I measured, I used 16 of them. So we want to know which one would I use to get a length of 4. Well, remember, the bigger the object is, the less you need when you're measuring it. So which one is bigger, the penny or the spoon? The spoon is bigger. So the spoon, you would only need 4 units to measure it. The bigger the item, the less you need. That means that I had to use 16 units to measure the length of my picture with pennies. Because pennies are so small, it took more of them to measure the length of the picture. So our answer here would be the spoon. We use the spoon to measure the length of the picture with 4 units. Okay, guys, keep practicing measurement with your teacher. Have a great day. Thank you.